Welcome to The Bridge. In this episode, we will be discussing redistricting, what it is, how it affects our nation, and more. I'm your host, Samir Prakash. Let's discuss.
Hi, I'm Roland Wong. I'm president of American Citizens for Justice, an Asian American civil rights organization.
Hi, my name is Greg Bowens. I'm on the 14th District Democratic Party Executive Board. I do public and media relations consulting along with political consulting for Bowens & Company.
Hello, I'm Curtis Fernandez, and I am a community organizer with APIA Vote Michigan.
The first question that I have for you all is, what is redistricting?
So redistricting is the process by which congressional districts and state House and state Senate districts are drawn. Every state has their own process. In Michigan, we have this commission called the Michigan Independent Citizens Redistricting Commission, newly formed within the last few years. And the idea is, rather than having politicians draw the lines, we have this independent commission that draws the districts based on feedback from various community organizations and the people.
Can you talk a little bit about why does the redistricting process seem so secretive or, go unnoticed oftentimes by the general public?
Let's be honest about it. I mean, before now, redistricting happened in the back room. The Republicans would get together and they'd hire some consultants and they say, how do we rig this to make it more in our favor? And then they would just do it and the legislature would vote on it. And then that's just the way it would be for the next 10 years. But by having hearings and having this discussion like we're having right now and some of the news about it, this has actually been the most public process when it comes to redistricting. And it's still boring for a lot of people.
And in the past, it's always been, well, protect the incumbents or protect the party or whatever. Those are not considerations. Those are specifically excluded considerations in the current process. So I think it's important to have recognition of that.
How has redistricting personally affected you? Or does anyone have any personal stories that they'd like to share to just make this more tangible to our audience?
Well, let me say that for me, why this is personal or how it impacts me personally is that we have the members of Congress who are from Michigan. We only have one black person that is elected to Congress from Michigan in the House and the Senate. We have no Asian people. If we get this wrong and we lose the one person of color we have in Congress, and we don't get the ability to be able to marshal the resources and pull together enough to have a black person, an Asian person, a Hispanic person, other folks that truly represent our state, then we could be in for a cold, dark night for the next 10 years.
So thank you all for all of your insight. I think this has given us a lot to think about. So I want to wrap this up with a question that's very action oriented. So with that, I'm going to ask, what's the best way to take action to combat or tackle these issues today?
In the immediate few days, it's provide reaction, to the maps that are being reviewed right now and are not yet finalized. So really the time to act is now. So definitely go to michigan.gov/MICRC, take a look at the maps and provide your comment. The maps have to be finalized by December 30th, 2021. And right now it's the public comment period for the maps that are there already drafted by the commission, but there's several alternatives at the state House level, state Senate level, and congressional districts. And so really now is the opportunity for feedback. And then depending upon if there are redrawn maps, there has to be a public comment period following those maps. And so, but ultimately the whole process is done by the end of December.
You can also find the meeting schedule. You can find out ways to sign up for public comment. If you want to speak in person or via Zoom, you can do that to actually have your voice be heard in front of the commission.
Thank you to everyone who participated and everyone who watched the first episode of The Bridge. Subscribe if you liked this series so far, and stay tuned for the next episode.